Okay, I'm gonna do this in clips. Remember, they're changing my voice. See here, obviously know that everything's on the up and up. Because just like I said, I wrote to the Attorney General, Rob Bonta, about these gang-stalking crimes. Okay, see this over here, Department of Justice thing right here, so on and so forth. Okay, and give me a moment here. I'm gonna do this in another clip so I don't show my full name. Okay, so here it says, there's my name on the top. I'm not going to show my full name. Give me a second here. Let me fold that over. Okay. So it says, thank you for your correspondence to the Office of the Attorney General requesting that a crime be investigated and that the alleged perpetrator of the crime be prosecuted. Okay. Now this is, you can imagine that the way they started, it kind of gives you the feeling that they're not going to do anything about it, right? It says, if you have information about a crime, please continue to work with the police or sheriff department in the area where the crime occurred. In the letter, I talk about how the sheriff department is playing stupid and so on and so forth. Local law enforcement authorities are responsible for investigating violations of law within their jurisdictions. After investigating the crime, the local law enforcement authorities will forward the case to the county's district attorney's office for prosecution if appropriate. The decision whether or not to file criminal charges will then be made by the locally elected district attorney. So again, they like the compartmentalized game. Everyone in the government, everybody in the government is corrupt. Okay? This isn't the only person I wrote. This is the only letter I've got back so far. Okay? It's toward the end of December now. It's like, it's like 22nd or 23rd. Okay? This letter is dated to the 7th. It wasn't the only letter I sent out that day. Okay? And obviously, if I was a criminal, okay, and if I was a gang member and stuff like this, or at least I wouldn't be showing you this paperwork, okay? It's like I said for many, many years, okay, that I'm the voice of reason, okay? I'm Christ. I can reach out to the authorities, okay? I can report all the crimes that ever occurred, no matter what they are, because I'm Christ. I'm not a gang member. You can imagine some guys like, oh, I don't respect this guy because he reached out to these people. They're committing racist hate crimes back to back, all day, every day. Do I see the black community rallying to my aid? No. Do I see the Hispanic community or any colored community? No. Okay? Am I writing to this guy because I believe that there's going to be justice? No. I'm writing to these people to show you part of why I used to hang out with thugs, because your society, your white racist society, does not give a shit about justice. It's all politics, all show, all sexual control nonsense. Okay, I reached out to the fucking Attorney General with definitive evidence of hate crimes, and they pretend like that's not the fucking case. Just like the fucking, the guy, so when you saw this, why didn't he forward it to them himself? Why didn't they forward it to them himself? When you reach out to the government and say, hey, they're committing fucking hate crimes against me, and it's making so I can't even talk on the phone, why didn't these motherfuckers say, hey, you know what I'm saying, let's reach out, let's get to the bottom of this. Okay, and these people probably do know who I am. They probably know why it's going on. They probably know that God's Son reached out to them and said, I want justice. So this is your government's official response, and you structured your government to respond to Christ this way. Okay, never forget that. When America will never get a drop of blessing for God ever, and their offspring are completely fucked, okay, completely cut off from heaven more than any country in the world, and any country behind America, the UK, Israel, you name it. You remember these letters. You remember when I told you to stop, I commanded you in the name of God to stop. You remember how you people acted. You remember how the Santa Clara County Sheriff Department turned their back on God Almighty. You remember how the Attorney General turned his back on God Almighty. You remember how the FBI and the Justice Department turned its back on God all fucking mighty. And if you think you're winning, I can't wait to see you people from heaven by God's right hand while you're on your deathbed. What the fuck you gonna say? You who rejected Christ's fucking orders.